Don't confuse Turkish people with Arabs.
Okay, Turkish people are not Arabs. Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Okay, guys, we're going to be seeing a video today, and today is a Turkish day, alright, and we are going to be checking out 10 things not to do in Turkey, alright, and this is a must-see video before you go to Turkey. Okay, so without further ado, please subscribe and let's get right to this.
Hello everyone, I'm Can and I'm Turkish. Today we're going to look at 10 things that you shouldn't do in Turkey. Number 1. Don't blow your nose loudly when you are with others. I know, blowing
Okay, don't blow your nose loudly when you are with others. Definitely, this is not even supposed to be like a Turkish thing. Okay, it's like a general hygienic thing to do. Like you're not supposed to be blowing your nose loudly when you are with others. Even if you're just on yourself, like there are better ways of doing it. Like I think this is something everyone should do regardless of where you find yourself, whether you're in Turkey, you're in anywhere, any part of the world. Like you should be hygienic in doing these things. Okay, all right.
your nose is such a normal thing, and in many countries it's okay to blow your nose whenever and wherever you want. But in Turkey, if you blow your nose loudly when you're with others, you might get some weird looks from people because it's considered impolite. For example, if I blow my nose loudly when I'm eating with my family, or if I do it when I'm in a meeting with others, they will probably find it a bit annoying. By the way, I'm not talking about this kind of blowing. What I'm talking is this. So basically, if you have so much booger and if you need to blow your nose just like I did, you can go to a
Excuse
toilet
yourself.
or to somewhere where others can't hear you. Number 2. Don't confuse Turkish people with Arabs.
Okay, Turkish people are not Arabs.
Okay, so this is a classic, guys. For some reason, many people think that Turkey is an Arabic country. We are Arabs and we speak Arabic in Turkey. No, no, no. If you say any of these things, you will not only be seen as an ignorant, but it can also annoy Turkish people. Because think about it, it's like going to Paris, talking to a French person and saying, "So, you guys are actually German, right?" I know, ich bin Can.
That's crazy.
It doesn't make sense, right? So that's why don't do the same thing in Turkey. Turkey is not an Arabic country. Our culture is totally different.
Oh wow, this video is actually an eye opener because I never knew that Turkey is not an Arabic country. Really, guys. All my life I thought Turkey is an Arabian or Arabic country. Really? Quite interesting.
We're Turks and we speak Turkish. Just do some research. Number 3. Don't argue over the origin of the foods. As you probably know, food in Turkey is a big deal.
Okay, I think this is actually a big deal in Turkey and in Greece as well because I've reacted to a couple of Greek videos, and like I kind of had read some arguments in the comments where they say this food belongs to Greece, this food belongs to Turkey, and all of that. Like maybe I think they have similar foods. Okay, so I don't know, but okay.
And Turkish people are so proud of Turkish cuisine. Sometimes some people argue over the origin of the popular foods like kebab, döner or baklava. Some people say baklava is originally from Greece, it's not Turkish. And I even came across with people who say, did you know that döner is actually a German food? It's not Turkish. So obviously I'm not going to discuss which country these foods belong to in this video. Turkey.
I think the best thing is just to keep your mouth shut, enjoy your food, and that's just it. Okay.
There are many rumors claiming the origin of the foods, but when you're in Turkey, just leave the politics out of the kitchen. Just try not to argue the origin of the foods since we consider them all as our
Enjoy
traditional
your
foods
food.
from deep inside.
Okay.
Some people might get really upset when you claim that, oh, that food is actually Greek. Oh, that food came from an Arabic country. So no politics about the food, just enjoy your baklava, döner or whatever you want to eat. Don't treat stray animals badly. In Istanbul alone, there are around 300,000 stray cats and dogs. And most Turkish people love these stray animals and they take care of them as if they are their own pet. You can find shelters,
Wow.
food, water provided by people almost everywhere in Istanbul. So stray animals are basically publicly owned communal pets in Turkey. That's why please be mindful and don't be aggressive towards them. You might not like cats or dogs, maybe you don't find them clean, but don't push them around or something because this can really make someone angry as if you push their own pet. I mean, this is not special to Turkey. Obviously, you shouldn't do this anywhere in the world, but I just wanted to tell you how Turkish people see the stray animals. Don't
Wow.
gossip in English in public. So I don't know if it is just my observation, but people usually tend to think that Turkish people don't know any English at all. And okay, I accept that we're not the best when it comes to speaking English. But I think I can say that we are good at understanding. Many Turkish people, especially the young population, have a decent grasp of English and they will probably understand you if you gossip about Turkey or if you gossip about, Turkish people in English. Because it happened to me many times actually. I heard people gossiping about Turkey on a bus or at a coffee shop. Turkish cuisine is just overrated though. They just have kebab. Yeah, I think Turkish people are racist. Don't worry, no one will argue with you for saying these things, but I think it's just a little uncomfortable and embarrassing when other people understand you. So to avoid uncomfortable situations like that, gossip behind our back. Don't expect to get the change if it is less than 5 kurush.
Really? Why?
So our currency is lira. This is 1 lira.
Okay.
And then we have kurush. For example, this is 5 kurush. So think kurush as cent for now, okay? So let's say you went to a market and you got a chocolate. It costed 3 lira 96 kurush. And you gave 4 lira to the cashier. Now you're supposed to get 4 kurush back as your change, right? They won't give you your 4 kurush. When you ask for your change, they will probably say, oh, we don't have 1 kurush. Because for 4 kurush, they need to have 1 kurush. In Turkey, it's so hard to find 1 kurush. Honestly, I don't really remember the last time that
Okay, so if you're having less than 5 kurush, are there things, what the amounts that you can actually add up to it? Because leaving all these little crushes is going to amount to a lot. So is there a way to curb this?
I've seen 1 kurush. It's weird, but even though government is making 1 kurush, no one seems to have it. So don't be mad at the cashier, they're not trying to scam you. This is how it works almost everywhere. If your change is less than 5 kurush, they're not going to give you kurush in most of the places. Don't feel that
Okay.
you have to tip. Good news for you guys, tipping is not mandatory in Turkey. It's not really common and Turkish people usually don't tip. So don't worry, no one will get upset when you don't tip them at a restaurant or at a coffee shop or on a taxi. However, if you think that you got a
Interesting.
good service, you can leave some tips. Why not? That will be great. And I'm sure the employees will appreciate it. Don't insult Ataturk. If you don't know who Ataturk is, he is the founder and the first president of the Turkish Republic. For this and for many other reasons, Turkish people have a deep respect for him. You will see his portrait
Okay.
literally everywhere in Turkey. So even if you don't like Ataturk for some reason, I will recommend bad mouthing about Ataturk to someone that you don't know well, because they might get aggressive. And in fact, insulting
Okay, he must have really done well for them to like him this much.
Ataturk is against laws in Turkey. So don't get me wrong here. I'm not saying you
Oh,
should
it's
never
even
talk about
punishable.
Ataturk. If you have questions or if you're curious about him, Turkish people will love to answer. What I'm saying is just don't insult him or don't badmouth about Ataturk, especially if you don't know much about him and the situation that the country was in when he founded the Turkish Republic. This can make people angry. Don't drink the tap water. So in Turkey, most people don't prefer to drink the tap water, and it has a few reasons. First of all, we are not really sure if it is 100% clean or not. And secondly, tap water doesn't taste as good as bottled water, at least for me. For these reasons, most people buy bottled water for drinking, but that doesn't mean we never use tap water. We use it for brushing our teeth, showering, for making hot drinks, or for cooking. So except drinking, you can use tap water for whatever you want.
Wow.
Don't enter a house with your shoes on. Personally, I never got into a Turkish home without taking my shoes off. So Turkish people usually take off their shoes at the front door and then they wear slippers around the home. So if you go to someone's home here in Turkey, don't try to enter with your shoes on. This will be a bit disrespectful to the owner. But if you're also walking with shoes inside, you don't need to take off your shoes. So these were the 10 things that you shouldn't do in Turkey. Are there any other things that you think people shouldn't do in Turkey? Please let me know in the comments below. So I hope you liked the video, guys. If you liked it, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned for the next videos, and until next time.
Okay, this is really an interesting video. Okay, I had a good time watching this, and this video it's an eye opener. I never knew that Turkey is not an Arabian or Arabic country. Okay, it's really an eye opener. Okay, and these are just the 10 things not to do when you find yourself in Turkey and all of that. Okay, so thank you for watching. Thank you for recommending this video. If you have more recommendations, please keep them coming in the comment section. Okay, thank you and see you guys on my next one. Bye.